morning. My name is Diana and I am a 14th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to A Week in My Life. So good morning and happy Monday. We have officially under 20 days left of school, and it seems so surreal. Like, it seems like the year has gone by so fast, and it is already gonna be May, and then school's gonna be out and summer's gonna be here. And like I told you guys, this year, well, if I return to my previous district, my current district, not previous, I will have a nice long summer. If I don't return, I don't know what is in store for me, just depending on when they return back to school. So it just all depends on where I end up. For those of you that are new here or have forgotten, because it's been a little bit, yeah, so I was honorably dismissed from my district. I guess they're trying to kind of like salvage budget, and so I guess they're basing it off like enrollment numbers as of right now, and just a lot of new teachers. So like the first and second year teachers obviously get dismissed first, but they have said that they might ask us back, only obviously based on like the enrollment numbers and just based on like the position of need. But unfortunately, like, teachers that are been there longer than us got kind of like dibs on everything else. So I think last week they had asked the second year teachers, some of them, to return, so they have not asked us yet. And so me and my colleague are kind of waiting, because we're both sixth grade first year teachers. And I was telling her over last week, I think I'm getting sick. My nose has been running like crazy. I don't know if you can kind of hear it. Yeah, so last week I was telling her how, I do truly feel like they're going to have to ask one of us back just to teach sixth grade, whether it is that they condense them fifth grade into one, because from what I understand, our fifth grade classes are very small. So, or they're gonna have one of those second year teachers come and kind of take over our position, because like I said, they have first dibs. I don't know, so it's kind of up in the air. But my philosophy is I'm just going to look for a different position somewhere else, only because I think I told you guys, next year they're moving the middle school anyway. They're moving sixth grade to the middle school, and we'll be in this kind of predicament again next year, whereas I'll have to transfer either to the middle school with them, get a position in a different building, or if there's one open in my building, and then or find another job. And so if I don't find anything and they do ask me back, obviously I would return, because I don't want to be out of a job. But at the same time, if I do find something else, I may just have to take it, which kind of stinks, because I said I love my principal. He is great. He's very supportive, nice guy. I have nothing but nice things to say about him, and vice versa. So he wrote me a very nice letter of recommendation, so I'm like super duper grateful for that. Anyway, so yeah, this week we have map testing on Wednesday. Today's supposed to be like our normal Monday early dismissal, but we do have map testing for reading on Monday at 8:30 in the morning, and so that's kind of what we're going with this week. And then next week we have math map testing in the late morning at like 10:15, and so that's pretty much it this week. We are starting unit 10 for math. We are officially done with 9. This is our math unit, the last one in our unit, and so after this I'm like, if we finish prior to these 20 days, I don't know what we're gonna do, so we'll see. And I think we only have one more unit in our reading as well, so we pretty much kind of cover. I've never been a part of a curriculum where I've actually finished the curriculum in a year, so it'll be interesting to see like how that transpires. But yeah, so I'm on my way to school now. I'll probably be there like in the next like 10 minutes, which is great because I did absolutely nothing over the weekend in terms of school, and I have duty this week, so I lose about 10 minutes because I have to be outside with the kids, so I lose about 10 minutes of my planning in the morning. So, but anywho, but yeah, so that's just gonna be my day / week, and hopefully you guys had a great weekend, and I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. Good afternoon. It is 3:55 and we are headed not necessarily home. We know it's Monday, so we already know we're picking up Mom because she will be taking care of the children tomorrow for school, and so I'm headed to pick her up. But today was a pretty fast day, actually. In the morning, we did our science. We got to do our little like experiment with our light sensors, and then we had an early recess because we had some high schoolers that were coming in to kind of just they called it like a stampede, and so they had some of the kids come in and kind of just talk to the kids, show them a little SEL lesson on how they should handle a couple of situations, and then just if they have any questions about high school. And so that was like during like our intervention time. And so when we got into math, we started doing our stem and leaf plots, and then by the time we got to doing their independent practice, it was already time for us to do the next activity. And so we do have a health talk next Wednesday, and so we needed to do like a survey for it, or like a pre-training the students did, and so that's what they did during that time. And then after that, it was pretty much like my afternoons are usually pretty fast after math, and so they went to lunch, recess, and then what did we do? We started we finished, hopefully almost, writing our papers, our essays, and so we're down to like our last couple of paragraphs, and then we should be done, I'm hoping, at least by tomorrow, so that way on Wednesday we can kind of start doing our new unit, because this is our last unit in the series, and so hopefully we can do that tomorrow. So, and I know tomorrow we only have 30 minutes of ELA time because we have our double specials, so hopefully they'll get that done in those 30 minutes, and then we'll be done with, because I am ready to move on. Writing is not my favorite subject. Not that it's not, I like teaching it, but like a lot of the times the kids get very like lazy, or they're just like, they always like want more assistance than they need, in terms of like some of them are like, well, I can't find evidence, or can you help me find evidence, or how do I start this paragraph? And it's like, I want them to just gain a little bit more of independency, because I tell them, like, next year it's not going to be that way, and as you guys get older, it's going to become less and less hands-on, or it's going to be more and more hands-on for you, not for the teacher. And so I'm trying my best to kind of get them to build that independency. But anyway, so that was pretty much it. And then we were just in the building for our after school like professional development, because on Mondays we get off early for that. We didn't have to go anywhere, so I was able to kind of plan for tomorrow. I was supposed to do an anchor chart, but I just didn't do it. So I might just do it tomorrow morning, and then that's about it. So I think I'm gonna go maybe after this, after I pick up my mom and get home. It's really nice outside. It's like 80, it says 81 degrees. Go figure. And I'm living for this weather. So we're gonna go maybe outside. Maybe I'll take them to the park. I don't know we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so I thought that maybe my issues here was like allergy, that someone suggested, and so I took some allergy medication that I normally have, and it still didn't work. So that just tells me that yes, this is probably something along the lines of a cold. So I'm just like, ugh. I mean, it's okay, like it's not as bad right now. It's just my nose is constantly running, and I have to constantly, you know, my nasal and just like all this area, like the nasal drip is just like causing me to have dry throat and cough, and it sounds disgusting, but that's just kind of where I'm at. So I don't know, and I feel like I'm running out of breath because I can't breathe through my nose. It's just, ugh. But anyway, but yeah, so that was my day. I don't really have much after that, but I'll check in with you guys later, and kind of check in with you guys either at the park, making dinner, something that I'm going to be doing in the mom capacity in the next few hours. So I will catch you guys then. Hello, it is currently, I think, 8:15. So I just want to give you a little rundown of my afternoon after school hours. So I got home. I took my kids to the park for almost 2 hours, for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then I decided to make my way to the gym because it's got to get done. So I'm going to head into the gym right now and probably work out for like about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'm going to get home. I ended up having like pizza, like a, you know, in the oven frozen pizza for dinner when I got home because my boyfriend was hungry, and so he asked me, or he was making it, and so I just had that. So I'm not really that hungry right now, so I think I'm gonna go into the gym, work out, and then probably when I get back I might just have like a protein shake for afterwards, and then probably get my life together for going to bed and then start my day all over again. So let's hit this gym and let's hit it hard. Good morning and happy Tuesday. I look like a hot mess, but not for without good reason. I mean, I didn't put any makeup on this morning, and you can hear me. I sound a little bit more nasally than I did yesterday. But today is Dress Like a Student, and the students are supposed to dress like teachers today. Which is interesting because my kids asked me yesterday. They were like, Miss E, how do you dress? And they're looking at me, and I'm like, I dress like a student already, so hold that thought. Hi, I had a mobile order for Diana.
Hey, go for it.
Thank you. Yeah, I had to get Starbucks this morning because I was just not in the mood to make coffee, and I forgot to do my overnight oats yesterday. I did them the day before, so I had them for breakfast yesterday. I just did not do them yesterday for breakfast this morning. But yeah, so it was funny because they were asking me, and I was just like, dude, I'm like, I don't dress like a teacher whatsoever. I always tell people, I'm like, I am what I teach. And so, yeah, so they were trying to like see what I wore. Yeah, so I told them, I was like, it's just pretty easy because most of my girls will wear like leggings, and then they'll just wear like their Crocs, and then like a sweatshirt, like an oversized sweatshirt, not even a hoodie, but like an oversized sweatshirt. So I didn't have an oversized sweatshirt, so I just wore some sweats, like a sweatshirt, and then I wore my Crocs because that's normally what they would wear. So I don't know. So I just look, and then I didn't really do, which is interesting because most of my girls, they're pretty good. Like they, you know, they'll do their hair, you know, some of them will have makeup on, but I was just not in the mood to do makeup. So, but yeah, so, what are we doing today? So tomorrow we have map testing, so that'll be fun. But today we are continuing with, stem and leaf plots in math. What else am I working on today? We're finishing our essay. Most of them were almost done, or like pretty much like on the cusp. There was quite a few that were still a couple paragraphs behind, which is okay. And then for science, I think we're doing our reading today, so that's good. Which is nice. It'll be pretty easy breezy. Hold on one second. Let me grab my Starbucks. Morning. Thanks, doll. Awesome. You have a great day. So I got she gave me a heart. How cute is she? I have a grande vanilla cream cold brew. And then I just added, well, I think I just added a little bit more cream and a little bit more vanilla. Because I could use the sugar. I had, or the, you know, the energy. You know, because I went to the gym yesterday and I went to bed at like, I think I went to bed at like midnight. Yeah, something like that. And my son came in my room because normally when my mom stays over, they try to sleep with my mom. But they never make it because my mom doesn't sleep with a nightlight on. And as you saw yesterday in the morning, like they'll eventually come in and they'll trickle in the middle of the night. And then they'll find spots to like make themselves to be near me. And so my son obviously was like right here. And so when my daughter came in, and when my daughter comes in, she finds spots or whatever. So as you could see, like she will find anywhere to sleep. So, but anyway, so yeah, they, so I went to bed at probably around midnight. And so, yeah, I'm pretty tired, but anyway, yeah, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. And then we have double specials. So like we'll have art as well as gym. So, so that'll be nice. And then, like I said, they can get ready, or they could finish up their essay in the 30 minutes that they have before art. And then we'll be done. And then we're on to the next unit tomorrow. And then we'll have ELA testing in the morning. So, and then I think we only have math next week. And then after that, I mean, we literally are like on the verge of being done. Like this week we have a field trip to, it's actually in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And it's pretty far. It's like almost 2 hours away from us. And it's almost kind of like, if you've ever had like a senior lock-in, it's almost kind of like that, but without the lock-ins, or like without like the whole night. So we're going to be there till about 5. And then by the time we drive back, so I probably won't be home tomorrow till like 7 or 8. I've never done that before. That's almost kind of like one of those things where 8th grade field trip to like Washington, D.C. type thing. But I mean, obviously, again, it's not like overnight. It's not anything like that, but it is pretty late considering, you know, I've never really been out like late like that with my students, unless when I coached basketball a long time ago. But most of the students weren't mine. They were just like regular random students. I had a couple that were mine, but either way, yeah, so there is so much going on over here that I don't know what's going on. There's like so much traffic, but I need to get out of this. There we go. So anyway, but yeah, so that's pretty much my day. But yeah, I'm on my way to work. I'll probably be there in like the next 15 minutes. So I will, I'll check in with you guys a little bit later and see how your guys' day is going. let's go home. All right, so let me give you a little rundown of my day. So today wasn't too crazy. Like I said, those the Tuesdays with the double specials always is pretty awesome because, you know, like I said, that afternoon pretty much flies by. But also we are finishing up our essays, so that also was pretty good as well. So I believe most of them finished theirs. There was a couple that still hadn't emailed me, but I'm gonna have them finish that up tomorrow. And then we're gonna start our new unit tomorrow. So math was pretty good. They did get to play this vending machine, like stem leaf data plotting game, or not game, but like it was just like an interactive hands-on one where it actually like showed like real life experience. So I think that helped a lot because most of my kids, like I'm sure a lot of you that teach, you know, they always like want to know why they're learning something, what's it going to do, how is it relevant, or am I ever going to use it in life? And I was just honest, I'm like, maybe you will, maybe you won't, but it is nice to have the knowledge of it just in case it does arise. So but yeah, and so that was pretty much my day. And then I just had a meeting at the end of the day because so we are going to this outdoor field trip on Thursday. It is all day, and I do mean all day. Like we leave at like 8:25 in the morning and we don't get back to the school until 7:30. It is actually in a different state. So we drive to the different state. So as you guys know, we're in Illinois. So we are driving to Lake Geneva for this field trip, and we will be there all day until about 5, and it's a 2-hour drive, so we won't be back in the school. So we'll be gone for like 12 hours, or we'll be with these students for like 12 hours, and it's absolutely insane. But I mean, it beats being in class, right? So that's going to be us on Thursday, but tomorrow we are going to be map testing. So yeah, so that'll be in the morning. We're going to be doing ELA testing tomorrow, and then Thursday we'll have that trip, and then Friday is going to be a hot mess because we'll have to be back the next day to teach, and the kids are going to just be off the walls. So, but right now I'm headed home. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe my kids might want to go to the park because, well, they love going to the park after school every day, and it's been pretty good. And with the weather being nice, it's always been, you know, good for them to go, and they get to play, and they're not at home, you know, watching television or trying to play video games. So I'm okay with it. It just, you know, kind of stinks because they want to be there for a really long period of time. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Plus, we do need to go to the library today. I do got to return all of our books that we have. And we got to get new ones because we ran out of books to read for bedtime. So, but yeah. So I'm just going to head home. And that's all I got for you guys right now. And I will check in with you guys hopefully later when I'm with my kids at the park. Forgive my appearance. My hair looks like a whole hot mess. I took it down and then I re-put it back up, because currently I am making dinner. So I am making, well, right now I'm making my kids a cheese quesadilla because they don't like regular quesadillas. And I'm making, so here's my chicken. I'm actually making Taco Bell quesadillas. And so the key ingredient, of course, is the Taco Bell sauce that I made. And funny enough, my boyfriend is a ex-employee of Taco Bell. Hold on, I'll put you guys down for a second. He is an ex-employee of Taco Bell. He worked there when he was in high school, maybe. So anyway, he worked there, and so he said he loves Taco Bell, loves Taco Bell. That's like his guilty pleasure. And so he used to make everything or whatever. And so he was telling me that the quesadillas with the sauce was like his favorite sauce. And so you know, he was like, so if you're trying to replicate it, and so he said it came pretty close, so I'm excited about that. But so yeah, currently right now I'm just making just like, I made one for my mom, I made one for me, and I'm gonna make one for him. And then, yeah, that's about it. So I'm super duper excited that I actually finally got to make this, because like I've been waiting like a whole week or whatever to like make this, because we just had so much going on that I couldn't like really make it. And so I had to like unfreeze the chicken and everything. And so you know, I'm really excited that I got to come home and actually make this, because my mom took the kids to the park. So they did go to the park. That's why it's so quiet in here. So she did take them to the park, which was nice. She did take them to the park, so I was excited about that. When I was getting home, she was like on her way out the door, and she's like, I'm taking them to the park because they're driving me crazy. And I'm like, all right, Mom, that's fine. And so I was excited that she took them to the park, and so I'm okay with that. So now I was able to like prepare dinner and like make the sauce and do everything that I needed to do. So that's just pretty much what I'm doing now. And so like I said, just making these, and then when they come back they can have dinner. And then my boyfriend's outside actually doing yard work. We laugh and we say house, like people that own a house's life. So he's doing yard work. He has to like seed and stuff, because our grass is looking pretty bad for the spring. And so he was like, I have to get this right. So he's out there raking, seeding, doing all those things. And I think he was going to the store to go get some weed be gone, or like weed and something, so like he can get rid of all the weeds. And so I'm just cooking dinner, and hopefully when my kids get back they can have dinner, and then we can all have dinner, and it'll be a great evening. So I'll check in with you guys a little bit later and let you guys know how he likes it. So there's my plate for my kiddos, cheese quesadilla for each one of them. And here is my plate. Let's see the moment of truth. So good. So good. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that it's accurate, like it's the actual Taco Bell quesadilla, but it's really good. Cheers. On to my next mom task. Taking my kiddos to the library. It's my favorite library. I will say it's probably one of the best I've been to. Good morning and happy Wednesday. It is hump day, and I'm happy that it's almost over for the week. Today I woke up feeling a little extra sick. And I mean, I don't know, I've been waking up groggy-ish. I don't know, for some reason today felt a little bit more groggy than usual. Sorry, my seatbelt is bothering me. Yeah, and as you can hear in my voice, it just sounds not the best. But anyway, Today we are map testing, and so we should be map testing in the morning for reading at 8:30. So it should be a pretty easy breezy morning. Our regular day will take place like after that, so like we'll have morning recess or read aloud or math or whatever, and then we'll have math, which will be pretty straightforward. We're moving on to the next section in the unit. It's 10.2. I just don't remember what we are actually doing. And then yesterday they did do the vending machine thingamajig. Sorry, I'm like so out of it today. They did the vending machine like stem leaf plot. So that was nice. They got to work with a partner and they did that, and then they finished up their big ideas work that I had assigned, their IXL, and that was pretty much our math period yesterday. So today we'll be on to a different unit, which will be nice, and then we are moving on to a new unit in reading. So I'm hoping that the day goes by pretty quick, because and this is my like long, not my long day, but my like day of only one special, and like there's nothing going on that's really like different, like my double special yesterday, or short schedule Monday. So yeah, so that's pretty much my day. And then tomorrow we're supposed to be going to this field trip called Outdoor Ed, and it's supposed to be like an all-day thing. And when I say all day, I mean all day. Like we're leaving at 8:25 in the morning, and then we are not getting back to the school till about 7:30 at night. So it's gonna be a long day. I'm hoping that I feel a little bit better. I haven't taken any medicine, and my boyfriend was telling me yesterday that he was just like, oh, if I wanted something to take, but I'm like, I mean, I don't really know. Like, it's not to the point where I'm like really hurting. It's just, I just feel like foggy and groggy. So I don't really know if medicine's gonna do anything. Like nothing's hurting. Like I don't have like an obnoxious cough yet. I do here and there, and I think it's because of the post-nasal drip. And then obviously I sound awful. And I think the one thing that is just annoying is the nose, just the runny nose that I keep getting, because it's making my nose raw, because I have to keep constantly like blowing it or wiping it or whatever. So, but that's about it. So that's all I have for you this morning. I remembered to do my overnight oats, and so that's what we're having for breakfast, along with my coffee. I did a cold brew this morning because I just wanted something cold for my throat, and so just to kind of soothe it and numb it, and I think that might help. So I'll check in with you guys later and let you know how map testing went. Hopefully not too crazy. I am excited. Hopefully they kill it. I gave them their goals, so I'm hoping that they kind of are motivated to hit that goal. So, but all in due time, I will let you guys know how that plans out. But yeah, so I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Oh, and my son has a game today at 5:45, so it will be a pretty long day for me. But yeah, so just pray for me. Just pray for me. Good morning and happy Thursday. Would you look at this day? So I told you guys this week we're going to Outdoor Ed, which is this place in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And we are going to this thing called Outdoor Ed. And so, yeah. So we will be outside all day in this rain, because it's supposed to rain the majority of the day. I think the only let up is going to be during our lunch hour, But other than that, everything else that the kids are doing, they're doing fishing, they're doing archery, they're doing rock climbing, they're doing something where it teaches them how to jump off of a swing, like yeah, I don't know. So, I mean, it's supposed to be really nice. I heard it's supposed to be really nice, but the weather stinks. I should have recorded this morning, like, the artillery of things that I am bringing. So my boyfriend makes fun of me. So yesterday I went to Walmart. I was looking for some ponchos, and I ended up finding a whole, like, a whole suit of, like, it's basically like a poncho suit, basically, but it's like, I look at it as something like a hunter would wear or whatever to stay dry. But yeah, it's like a whole, like, wetsuit, but it's really, like, thin, but it's water resistant. And so, but they only had, like, men's size, like, large or extra large, which I was totally fine with, because I'm like, I'm gonna put it over my jeans. And I have the jacket. I don't think I'm gonna wear the jacket because I do have my waterproof jacket that my boyfriend bought me for Christmas, my birthday maybe last year. So I have that, and that works perfectly fine. So I could wear that, but I also have that other piece underneath, but I'll bring it just in case somebody wants it. And then I bought I only had, so I used to have rain boots, and I had, like, the ones that were to your knees, the tall ones. But when I had my kids, my feet grew immensely, and for some odd reason, like, they didn't fit feet wise, but they also didn't fit calf wise. So I don't know, maybe my calves grew. So they didn't fit, and so I had to get rid of them. They were what kind of brand were they? I forgot. They were like, is it like the Huntleys? I don't know. Yeah, so they were a pretty decent brand, and I remember I used to have, like, the little sock insert that you can put in. And so I couldn't wear those anymore. So the only thing I had was, like, either winter boots or gym shoes or, like, my Hey Dudes. Love my Hey Dudes. And so I went to Walmart and I seen these, like, $20, like, $22, like, rain boots. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to get these. They're, like, low top. So I got these. They're a little tight on me, but I figure with walking around, maybe they'll stretch out. I don't know. I'll break them in. So I got those, and then I got the pants, and, like, my boyfriend was making all kinds of fun at me because he's just like, you know, oh, he's like, I was, like, obviously exaggerating, which I'm not, because it's raining and it's supposed to rain all day. And I don't know about you, but I'm a big, I can't have wet clothes on me. Like, you know, if it's raining and it's wet on me, like, even, well, I mean, you guys see my hair. When I do my hair, I always put, like, something underneath because I don't want it to get my shirt wet. And so I hate it. I've passed it on to my son because he's the exact same way. And I just, yeah, so I'm like, I would rather look like a fool and have these big old pants on that it has a drawstring, apparently, so I can pull them and make them smaller. But I'd rather have these, like, loud, sloshy pants on that are waterproof, that are going to keep me dry throughout this entire process, or be wet and miserable and, like, lose a kid. So, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But yeah, so that's like our plan today. I am literally going to Starbucks because I'm going to get some caffeine, and then I'm heading to school, and then I think we're only going to be there for like 10 minutes. Yeah, 10. Yeah, because I think we start at 8:15. I think supposedly we were leaving at 8:25. So we're going to be there for like 10 minutes, and then we are out. We are out the door. We are gone. And then we're on our way to Lake Geneva, and then we will be there until about 5, and then we drive back, and then I will be home at 7:30. So that's going to be my day, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'll take video so you guys can see the area and see the place, so you guys just kind of get an idea of what my day is going to be like. But other than that, I mean, it is nice to not have to teach today, but is it nice that it's going to take up my whole entire day? And I do mean my whole entire day. Like, I'm going to get home at like 8 o'clock, either take my mom home or my boyfriend's going to take my mom home. I'm not making dinner, so I'm literally going to eat leftovers. And then I'm going to just like crash and burn in bed. Like, that's my plan. That's my plan. I don't know how that plan is going to work itself out because, you know, I have these two unforeseen circumstances called Georgie and Lorelai. And I'm pretty sure they are going to be extra. But the cute thing is my son also has a field trip today, which I'm really sad about because he really wanted me to go. But I mean, we weren't picked for chaperones anyway, but my boyfriend's going to actually surprise him at the zoo. Because I had asked his teacher, like, hey, if, you know, my boyfriend goes separate and he pays, like, can he go? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So he's going to surprise him at the zoo. So he doesn't know he's coming. And he was kind of a little sad that none of us were able to go. And he was like, oh, I'm sad. You know, I really want it. And I told him, I had explained to him, like, buddy, we go on a lot of trips and we're fortunate that the teachers pick us a lot. But, you know, I'm like, you have 23 kids in your class and, you know, other parents probably want to go too, which is only fair that they get to go. So that's, you know, that's kind of the premise of it or whatever. So yeah, so he's going to meet him up over there, today for a little bit and then, until he leaves and then he's going to go to work. He's going to go inside to his office, but, it's really cute that he's going to, get to meet up with him. Yeah, I am so sorry. Like, so yesterday my son had a game too. And so that's kind of what we did yesterday as well. He had a game. He got the game ball because, I'll have to put a picture up for you guys to see. Because I didn't have video and my boyfriend was just giving me so much heat because I didn't take video. Hold that thought. I just need to phone in my order. I love it. She said, come on down. Like if I, you know, like you're the next contestant on The Price is Right. For us old people that remember that show. Yeah, so so he had a game yesterday. Yeah, and my boyfriend was kind of upset with me, which I totally understand. You know, I got to do better at taking video. But when I get there, like I'm talking to like my brother, I'm talking to like his mom, his sister, and we're kind of just like chatting and we're talking about the game and stuff and we're watching the game. And it's like, I hate having to sit there and record it because I'm like, I want to watch it. But if I'm recording it, I'm only focused on that moment and I'm trying to make sure that I'm recording it well, that I'm not watching the rest of the game. And so, but he gets mad because, you know, he's coaching, so he can't do it. And so he went to pitch yesterday, like every time, like, I don't know if you guys know this, but like in yes, T-ball, but he's not in T-ball. He's like in the Pinto League baseball. So like, it's like kid pitch, coach pitch. So like the kid gets an opportunity to get 4 balls. And if the kid ends up throwing 4 balls, the coach comes in and pitch. So my boyfriend has been the one that's been, I guess, selected to pitch. And so he got to pitch to Georgie. So my mother-in-law took video, but she like took up close video of like my son getting a hit and like Lenny kind of pitching it. Like she didn't get like an aerial view. And, you know, so he was kind of upset about that. And he's just like, you know, it's not fair. You know, I'm coaching and I want to do XYZ and I can't. And so I got to be better with it. But he did get the game ball. He got the only hit. I mean, he didn't get the only hit. There was like maybe 6 or 7 kids that got a hit, but it was bases loaded and he got the hit. So it was the only run. So he got the RBI. And so he got the game ball because he was the only one that scored in a run.
You had the oatmeal today?
Yes.
Make sure it's the right one.
Yeah, no worries.
Appreciate you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. So yeah. So he was the only one that got a run batted in, or they call him an RBI for us baseball people. And yeah, so he got the game ball, and so it was exciting or whatever. So he has a game tomorrow, and then he has a game Saturday. So we shall see. But anyway, so that was my evening yesterday, and so I just got my goods and my smiley face. My smiley face. They're so cute with that now. And I'm gonna head off to school. So I will check in with you guys hopefully later. If I get the opportunity. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope wherever you are, it's not raining like it is over here. So, wish me luck, pray for me, whatever you need to do, make it happen.
one, just one. Just one card. You're good.
Wait, how many supposed to have 15?
No, so 13 people could take one, and then
The cart with these stairs, and there's a couple of these around Geneva Lake where you might see another one. Yes, sir. Huh? Well, it used to be more. It used to be bigger than this before people started developing the property. All right, so you guys can walk up and then.
Hello, friends. It is the end of the day and it is 7 o'clock in the evening. As you can see, my hair is ridiculously frizzy and just out of everything, and it's just crazy. But overall, it was a really good day. It wasn't as bad as I anticipated it to be. Rain stayed away, so that was nice. We had like a drop here and there, but it wasn't anything like turmoil or anything like that. It wasn't downpour, wasn't anything crazy, so I didn't need my full-on suit, which is a plus. I didn't even need my umbrella. Jacket was perfectly suffice. My boots worked out well because just walking around in the mud was a little muddy. It was a little like woodsy, I guess you would say. So so the boots worked out pretty fine. Like I said, but everything else I did not have to utilize, so I was happy about that. Overall, on the way there, the kids were great on the bus. It was very quiet. The kids were just chill. But then on the way back, the kids were insane. And I don't know if it's just because, like, I don't know. We had thought that it was going to be like the opposite effect. And I was just under the impression that they were going to have so much less energy than when they started, because they've done so many things. Like my group, we started off with basic survival skills, and then we did what else did we do? We did this big swing thing that we had to walk up like a huge hill for. We did rock climbing, and then I think they did fishing, and then during the lunch hour they got to play on the playground, and there was like this 9 square ball game or whatever, and they had like the swings. They were just doing things constantly, so I was very shocked that they were super duper like hyper on the bus. So, but nonetheless, it was still pretty good. We actually made it a lot earlier than we anticipated. We were supposed to come back at 7:30. We got back at like 6:45, so I was not mad. We actually got back 45 minutes earlier than anticipated. So, and the parents came really, really fast. Like literally within 5 minutes, all the kids were gone. We were able to unload the bus with like all like the boxes that we used for the lunches and cleaned up, and now I'm headed home. And that was my day. And so now I'm just gonna go home and relax for a little bit. And then tomorrow's Friday, and then we are back at the weekend. My son has a game tomorrow at 7:45 in the evening under the lights, so that'll be fun. And then what else? And then he has a game on Saturday at 3. So, but tomorrow I have no idea what I'm doing with these kids. I'm like praying that some of them are just going to be so exhausted that they're like, Mom, I don't want to go to school. I'm praying, but that would be nice, but I highly doubt that. So I have a gut feeling that they're going to come tomorrow and be so excited, and all they're going to want to do is talk about the field trip. So, yeah, so we'll see how that goes, and we'll see like what we end up doing, because I have no clue. So yeah, but I'll see if I check in with you guys later when I get home. If I don't, I'll check in with you guys tomorrow morning. But yeah, long day. Good morning and happy They are back. I know I didn't wear them last Friday, but I remembered today. So yes, I am all for this Friday. It has been, you know, it honestly hasn't really been a long week, but just with the field trip yesterday, it feels like it has been. But we are finally here, and we have 3 more weeks. Yes, 3 more weeks. So, what, 15 days? And I think some of the days we are doing like our field day, we are doing our end of the year picnic, we are doing the Holocaust Museum. So we have those things going on. We have Candor, which is like the health presentation that we're doing. That's only like a half a day, but we have all these different events taking place. And so, I mean, it's going to minimize the amount of like schooling, I guess you would say. And so that in turn takes some time. So 15 days is kind of like a rough estimate. That's how I'm looking at it anyway. But yeah, so I'm just super duper excited that it is Friday, even though it is going to be a long day, only because my son has a game at 7:45. My daughter has gymnastics at 5:30, at 4:30 till 5:30, and then my son doesn't have a game until 7:45. But that's okay though, because he is going to be under the lights, which is going to be nice. I think the only game he's ever really played under the lights was a playoff game when he was on the Oakland Athletics in our other league. And yeah, so I promised my kids that after gymnastics, you know, if they were good, that we would take them to like the McDonald's play place, because we'll have a bunch of time to kill in between. So I'll probably take them to the McDonald's play place, let them play around for like about an hour, and then get my son ready to go and get him into his uniform, ready to go play. Hopefully he does well. Yeah, that's all I can ask for. Like I said, he did really well last game, but you know, I don't know. Every game is different. Every game is nerve-wracking. So, but anyway, so today in school, yeah, it's gonna be interesting because I'm pretty sure a lot of my kiddos are probably going to be exhausted from yesterday. Or I don't know, maybe not, because on the bus they were hectic. But yeah, so it's just I know it's gonna be a lot of like moaning and groaning when having to do work, and I know it's gonna be like, do we have to do this today? Can't we just be all relaxed and chill and blah blah blah? And I know it's just gonna be a bunch of that. So but I was thinking maybe like in science, I don't know what we're doing. We're supposed to be starting like the new section or the new unit. It's like unit 7 or something, or lesson 7. But I think it's supposed to be like a lot more experimental, I think, at this point. I'm not sure. I want to say yes, but because I remember my colleague telling me so I don't know if that's the case. And if it is, then I'm gonna have to just give them something else, because I'm like, I am not in the mood to have them like doing things like that. So and not only that, but I have to find the materials, and I honestly think that she was saying we didn't have some of the materials or something. So there's that. And then what else? And then math, I think we're doing our next section, or no, I think we're still working on histograms, but I think we're doing like the other example. And then what else? And then ELA, we're supposed to be starting a new unit, so I don't know what's gonna happen with that one, because I have to see like how many people have completed their essays. I just realized that I did not make a cup of coffee, and I'm in the wrong lane at Starbucks to get Starbucks. meaning like I'm on the opposite end. No one's gonna let me cut across. Good morning to me. Anyway, all right, so yeah, so that's pretty much what the plan is. I'll check in with you guys later and let you know how my day is going. Let you know how the kids are doing after this wonderful field trip that we just took yesterday. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is Friday, so make it enjoyable. Even if you work tomorrow, at least know that it is Friday and we are at the weekend. And another week has come and another week is gone, and we are 3 weeks less, or 3 weeks out before summer break. It is 3:11 and I am reversing out, hopefully not hitting anybody, reversing out of my car, or out of my car, can't you tell it's Friday? I am reversing to get out of this parking lot to go home and enjoy my weekend. I am currently going to pick up my mother really fast, so that way I don't have to do it later, because she is coming to watch the game for my son this evening, and so she wants to come. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll pick you up so I don't have to do it later. And it's gonna be a nice evening. Hopefully my son does well. Hopefully all goes well, and that is pretty much all I can say about that. That last hour of the day was fabulous. We had a assembly apparently that I didn't know about. I don't know what's wrong with me. And we had an assembly, and it was for a it was like the orchestra and band students from like the middle school that came and performed for our kids, and they took up the whole hour, which was fabulous. So that afternoon was pretty fast, which I wasn't anticipating, but overall pretty good. I can't complain. So I didn't really do anything for that last hour, and so the only thing that we were able to do today was we were able to go through our new like 10.3 or 10.4 in our math. We did some histogram practice, like identifying and creating them, and then we did I had them continue completing their IXL assignments, and then for reading we just kind of introduced our new vocabulary words for the unit, and then we kind of just discussed a little bit about like what the unit's going to entail, and like it's some argumentative pieces. And then you saw this morning we did the scavenger hunt for science, for the light and energy, so that was pretty nice. But overall, I mean, it was a pretty good day. I could tell that my kids were still a little bit restless in terms of like just, you know, it being Friday, but overall, I mean, it wasn't too bad, so I can't complain. But like I said, now I'm going home. I'm gonna pick up my mother, and then we're gonna go back to my house, and then my daughter has gymnastics from 4:30 to 5:30, and then my son has he has baseball. So I am super duper excited. Hopefully he does well. I'm happy if he does. Sorry, I'm just like in the midst of trying to like get through traffic here. And yeah, so I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys enjoyed following me this week. I don't know, I feel like there wasn't really a lot going on, but you know, it's just, like I said, it's so hard to film in my classroom, it being that open concept school, and just kind of like respecting other teachers' privacies, or just having them walk in on you filming. It's just the weirdest thing ever. So it's just been really hard for me to do that. And so you're getting a lot of like me in the car and me in summarizing things. And so I've been trying to be better with it, but it's just so difficult. So But I'm hoping that either A, you know, next year I can kind of find a common ground, or B, if I'm not here and I'm somewhere else, that we can kind of go back to our regularly scheduled program of me being able to show you what we're doing in a day, not just tell you what we're doing. Because I think that that's more important, that I'm able to kind of show you guys like the work that we're doing, all the stuff that's going on in my classroom, because that's kind of why I started the YouTube channel. I love being able to go back and look at lessons that I've done, work that like my students have created, and just like show you like the action as it goes. And I feel like this year it's just been really hard to do that. And I mean, I know I've given you some glimpses, but overall it's just really, really hard to do. And yeah, so I am struggling with that. And so if you've kept up with me this school year and you've stayed on as a subscriber, thank you so much. God bless you. If you're just someone that pops in from time to time, thank you as well. And I'm glad that you take the time to just come in and say hi, and then you know, hopefully I give you something enjoyable that you enjoy watching from time to time. So, but I think I'm going to end the vlog here. I will, maybe I'll give you guys a little bit of clips of like my son's game. I'm going to record some of those highlights, maybe my daughter's gymnastics, so you can kind of just see what the typical mom Friday night is all about. At least these days, now that summer is back, or baseball is back in session. So, but yeah, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to. That, you know, shows me the love and the appreciation, but you just being here shows me that as well. So, take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.